Hey everybody, it's me Violet again. I'm here to do the next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6. This is episode 4. And if you hear a lot of jingling, I move my hands a lot when I speak. And it's my bracelets here. It jingles a lot. So to start the episode off, the girls go into the workroom after Vivacious is sent home. And I can't really remember what happens there, so let's just skip on. So it's the next day, and the girls come in, and they have to do a mini challenge called Female or Shemale. It's where the girls are shown like a zoomed-in picture of a person, and they have to guess whether it's a real woman or if it's a shemale. It was kind of funny. The thing I was most blown away about was China, that she was in one of the pictures. She used to be a wrestler on like WWE and everything, and I used to be really obsessed with all of that. Another funny thing from the little mini challenge was when Darianne was presented a picture, it was a close-up of some boobies. Personally, I would have got it because of the necklace that the person was wearing, but Darianne proceeds to go on about how it looks like a cheap knockoff breastplate. And it turns out to be Michelle Visage, so it's kind of like, ooh, oops. So Adore and Ben win, which means they're the team captains for the main challenge, which is Shade, the Rusical. So it's kind of like a Broadway thing. They have to perform live and dance and act and everything. I think it sounds like a fun idea. Now, if I were on the show and that was presented to me, I'd be scared shitless, because I don't sing in public. I sing in my shower and in my car. So Adore and Ben picked their teams. Let me read the teams. Ben's team was Courtney, Bianca, Darianne, Gia, and Trinity. And Adore's team was Milk, Laganja, Jocelyn, and April. And this whole season they've been building up how Courtney was on Australian Idol and how Adore was on American Idol. And this is like the clash of the idols. And of course they're both playing the main roles. I forget the character's name, but the main roles for the groups. So they deal out the roles, and Adore's more thoughtful when it comes to dealing out the roles because last week she got her ass reamed for just poorly giving out roles. Yeah, she's more conscious of who gets what role. So they go out to the stage to do like a run through of the choreography and everything. Trinity had said that she doesn't sing, you know, she's a drag queen, she lip syncs and everything. So she's kind of being a little sore about it, I guess you could say. She's kind of like over it, you know. She's not really taking direction well because she's getting flustered with trying to remember everything. I think she kind of took that frustration out on anybody who was like trying to speak to her, which was Bianca, because they were in the same like mini group, I guess you could say. So of course they kind of get into a little tiff out on the stage. Everybody else is doing pretty decent at learning the choreography. April was a little iffy just with the singing, which was kind of, I don't want to say it was unfair, but you know, English is her second language, so she's trying to sing and act in English, and it was just kind of not good. When they go back to the workroom, tensions between Bianca and Trinity are still kind of there, and it's kind of bubbling, you know. And finally, when they're like kind of going through the choreography again, Trinity and Bianca finally just kind of snap. She's kind of placing the blame on Bianca a little bit for not hitting her steps or something, and of course Bianca's just going to call her out and saying, hey, you yourself said this wasn't your forte. I learned something instead of trying to put me in my place. Yeah. And I had to write this down because it's Gia, and I kind of don't like her. Before Ru had left telling them what their main challenge was, he also said that the runway theme was Tony Award Glamour. Of course, Gia has to ask what a Tony is. Yeah. Time for the girls to perform the musical. Ru comes out to introduce the guest judges and everything, and she looked fabulous. I loved the dress, and I loved I just kept staring at the makeup because it was just so beautiful. Like the metallic blue that was on Ru's lid was just to die for. Ben's team opens up first with Act 1, and Courtney was the main character, like I said. And she was an amazing singer. Her voice fits her look so well, it's crazy. She did really good too as like the evil witch or whatever she was supposed to be. She did really good at embodying the character. The other 4 girls in that group, like Bianca, Trinity, Gia, and Darianne, they were good. Nothing too standout-ish, but they were cohesive and they hit their steps, it looked like, and everything, so it was really nice. And Adore comes out with Act 2, and she's the main person in that group, and she starts belting out her amazing voice, and killed it. But the rest of the team was just kind of like almost there, and it just kind of fell. And it could have been the song too. I liked the song in Act 1 better than Act 2, but I don't know. I don't know if it was the song, I don't know if it was a mixture, but I liked Act 1 better. So we come to the runway, and this is what pisses me off. They cut it short. They literally, they walk out, say their names, and that was that. Pissed me off because the runway is my favorite part, and I love, like I said in past videos, I love to hear the judges' commentary on the outfits and everything. So they just absolutely cut that short, and it's just stupid. A few standouts to me. I thought everybody looked really good. There wasn't actually anybody I didn't like. Milk I thought was funny. I mean, that's her shtick, you know, she's different. I liked the whole pregnancy thing. I liked it. I mean, I know a lot of people probably won't, but I liked it. Another standout to me was Laganja. Like last week with the little butterfly dress, I was completely blown away by it because it was just beautiful. And I want that hair, girl. She has this long blonde straight hair, and she had this beautiful dress and this headpiece. So even though they were on teams, Rue said they would all be judged individually. He calls out Milk, Bianca, Gia, Jocelyn, and somebody else like in Laganja, and they're all safe. So they go back into the Untucked lounge. And in Untucked, Gia started to go for Milk, of course, because it's Gia, and Jocelyn intervenes and stands up for Milk, saying that Gia was ignorant, and I mean, she is. That happens, and then they go into the gold room to open the pink box. And the message had said something about birds opening their wings or something. I can't remember. But it was targeted for Laganja, and a video popped up, and it was her parents saying how they're supporting her and they're coming around. You know what every drag queen, I think, would want to hear from their parents. It's awkward enough that we're already gay, but we're drag queens too. So that's like a whole nother level to tell your parents. Laganja starts crying and everything, you know, it's a nice sentimental moment. This is when it gets kind of messy. Bianca makes a little joke because, you know, Laganja's having her moment, she's crying. I mean, who wouldn't be crying? She's trying to lighten the mood, so she makes a joke saying, like, oh, I agree with your parents except for the fact that you're not gonna win. Which at the time was a little harsh. I mean, I know it's a joke and everything. I don't think it was good in that moment. Anyway, the girls start talking and laughing and everything, trying to lighten the mood, and Laganja just gets pissed and has enough of it. Just kind of throws like a little hissy fit because it's not all about her. On both sides of this, because I'd probably feel the same way in Laganja's spot, but at the same time, you know, she was just kind of like having a moment to herself. I don't know. It was just kind of a mess. And really going for Laganja again, and then she did that, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll make up, so it's kind of like no big deal. Probably make up anyway, so it's no biggie. So the girls that were on the stage go back into the Untucked lounge, and the other girls join them. Milk and Adore kind of go at it a little bit because Adore felt as if Milk was trying to lead the group when Adore was the team leader. Anything dramatic, I think they just kind of rubbed each other the wrong way, and nothing's gonna come from it, I don't think. I got onto the main stage. The bottom two were April and Trinity. I saw April perform last week against Vivacious, and she did pretty good. And I was curious to see how well Trinity would do. I was super impressed because Trinity like worked it. She worked her dress, everything, hit every note that the song hit. It was amazing. Unfortunately, April got sent home. I wanted her to wear blonde hair so bad because she looks absolutely beautiful in blonde hair. Rue's little goodbye message was keep calm and carry on, which I thought was so clever. I mean, Rue always has the most clever one-liners and phrases ever. It just worked so well, like it was planned or something. That's all for this episode. I feel like I kind of ran through it pretty quick. I don't know if I missed anything big. I keep thorough notes, so I don't know. Below, definitely let me know what your top looks were for this week. Mine was definitely Laganja in that dress. I want that dress so bad, and I liked April's dress too. I just wanted blonde hair. Leave your thoughts about the Untucked episode down below. I like to see people's other opinions and everything, so I definitely like to see opinions on that. As always, if you have any suggestions or comments or anything, my light actually went out, my main one that I use for my light source, so I had to bring in some more lights. I think I kind of like it better. I don't know. Tell me what you think. It's all a work in progress. I'll see you guys next week, and next week is Snatch Game, so I'm so excited for this because I love the Snatch Game. I love to see who's doing who and how well they actually portray the character. So next week should be a fun episode. Maybe I should dress up in a Snatch Game. I don't know who I would do, and I probably wouldn't do it well. I'll think about it, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!